Welcome to Confidence Bites. Start your week the confident way with short, juicy confidence takeaways brought to you by Stuart Elliott from Double C Coaching. Hi there. Welcome to another exciting episode of Confidence Bites. My name's Stuart Elliott from Double C Coaching, and I'm going to help you start your week the confident way. Now, later on in this program, I'm going to share with you a very simple NLP anchoring technique that's going to help you get more confident anytime you choose. But before we go there, I'd just like to remind you that there are PDFs of the exercises that we've covered in previous shows. So if you go to the resources section of my website, www.doubleccoaching.com/resources, that's www.doubleccoaching.com/RESOURCES. That's doubleccoaching.com/resources. The link's also in the description of this show, so there's no need to go there now. But there's some wonderful PDFs there which will help you get the most out of these the shows and be able to remember the exercises whenever you want to. Okay, so let me just remind you about something. Why confidence? Well, I would say personally that confidence is the golden key to success. You see, there are so many life challenges that we face, and these can be exacerbated or even caused by a lack of confidence in ourselves. And I've just been watching some reruns of the X Factor, the talent show, and you see that the people who perform well, it's not because they have better talent, it's not because they're better singers, it's because they have more confidence in their abilities. In fact, some of the guys who perform so well and get the best results aren't the best singers in the world, but their confidence carries them through. They believe in themselves, so they make it happen for themselves. And conversely, some of the people who've got the most wonderful voices, they just don't believe in themselves. And they go to pieces, they fall apart on stage in front of the crowd because their confidence isn't there. They don't have their self-belief in themselves. And I apologize if there's some tweeting that you can hear. I'll try and edit it out. But in my air conditioner, I've got some birds nesting, and the babies are now just getting ready to fledge. And hopefully they'll be gone soon. So my apologies for that. But anyway, I like wildlife. I'm not going to kill them off. So anyway, think about confidence. Confidence is your self-belief in your habit. And what I would like you to think about and imagine a triangle, an equilateral triangle, a triangle with all three sides the same. The bottom side, which is resting on the floor, is understanding. Okay? Understanding of what you've achieved in your life, understanding of all the things you can do, understanding of all the knowledge you've got. So that's the bottom side. The left-hand part of the triangle is the congratulation. You need to regularly congratulate yourself for everything you've done, for everything you've learned, for everything you've achieved. The more you can congratulate yourself, the better and the more confident you'll become. So you have your understanding what you've achieved, you have your congratulations. And the third side on the right is recognize that because you've already achieved so much, you can achieve so much more. So understand, congratulate. Yes, I've done so much. I'm good. I've learned so much. Recognize, understand, congratulate, recognize, understand. It just keeps building and building and building and makes you feel more confident. And here's another thought for you. Live your life in 3D. Why? Because your decisions determine your destiny. You are where you are today because of the decisions you made. And if you didn't make a decision, you still made a decision because you decided not to make a choice. You decided not to do that. So that is also a decision. So you are only where you are because of the decisions you made. Now, take myself. many years ago, I was living in the UK and I decided I want to travel to Africa. So I went. I traveled for 6 months in Africa. I had the most wonderful, exciting, and sometimes scary experiences. Go back to the UK and decided I want to go back to Africa and live in Africa. So I did. Was it easy? It was a little bit but it was also a little bit challenging because I didn't have a job. My house that I had in the UK, the sale of that fell through before I went. So I was left with a house in the UK and then I had to go to Africa because I already had a ticket. But I did it. And then after 18 wonderful years in Africa and some years not so wonderful because, life is one to throw experiences at you to make you challenge, I decided to move to China. And I'm still here 13 years later, 3 continents. How could I do that without confidence in my abilities to tackle anything that comes to me? So believe in yourself. Congratulate yourself. Because you can do anything you want to if you set your mind to it. Okay, and here's another thing about congratulations. How many times have people said to you, well done, that was great, and you say, well, no, it wasn't so good. If you excuse the expression, BS. Don't think that, don't say that, smile and say, thank you very much for that compliment. It means a lot to me. Because it is a special thing and it's a recognition of your abilities. And you should always be recognizing your abilities and congratulating yourself for them. Now, maybe you think you could do things better. Fine. You've done it well now. You can always improve, just like my videos. If you look at the first few videos, they're not so hot. The second, third, fourth, fifth ones, they're getting better. Are they perfect? No. Do I care? No. My message is what's important. As long as you can recognize my message and you can resonate with it, that's what's important. If I make mistakes, I make mistakes. But you know what a mistake is? It's an opportunity to learn. That's the most important thing about mistakes. You make them, you learn from them, you grow and you grow and you grow, and you need to congratulate yourself for that. You need to congratulate yourself. You see, I made a mistake. You need to congratulate yourself for making a mistake because it gives you the opportunity to grow. So think about that. And now I want you to think about a very special person. You are a very special person. And I want to think about a time when you felt really happy, really good. It could be your first kiss. It could be the first time you learned to write a letter, maybe A or B or C, but you were so proud of yourself that you just ran around showing everybody, look at this, look at this, look at this. You were so happy. I want you to think about that. And we're going to use that memory to help you build your confidence by using the NLP anchoring technique called the circle of confidence. The circle of influence. And anchoring really is you have a memory which you can trigger anytime with a certain gesture or a certain action, and that action will then release all the goodness of that memory. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab a piece of paper. Now I've decided to use my I am good sheet because I can look at it and say I'm good because that helps me to build up a memory. You put this on the floor and you step onto it. And as you step onto it, you have that memory come and start building inside you. You have that feeling of goodness, that feeling of being special. And it's starting to build and to build inside you. And if you've got your I am good sheet, you look at it and you say, yes, I'm good. And you start remembering all the good things about you and just let that memory get bigger. And when you can feel it, make it bigger. 200% bigger. 300% bigger, 400% bigger, 500% bigger. Make it as big as you can. Really, really feel the specialness, the goodness in you. And then just stand there and just savor that memory when you're standing on your piece of paper and enjoy it. Now, step off the paper and just walk away and just do something a little bit for a few seconds and just forget the memory. And then come back, step on the paper, and just let it all come again. Build it up more and more and more and more. Step off. Go back on. So you just keep doing this. And here's an important thing. First, don't try this if you're driving. Wait till you get home. And secondly, you need to really feel that pride in yourself, the pleasure of doing that one thing that was so special to you. And it doesn't matter what it was. It's something that makes you smile, something that makes you feel good. And you keep doing this several times, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then you can go away, come back a bit later, do it again, practice, get that feeling. And then once you start to make it more of a habit, I want you to take the paper away and put the paper somewhere else. And now in your mind, imagine that paper, or imagine a circle that you draw. And then you step into that circle. The imaginary circle. But this circle is filled with all these good memories. And as you step in, you just get this boost of energy that's flying through you. And then you just enjoy it. You savor it. You step away. And you do it again, and you do it again. But this time it's with your imaginary circle. And you know what's so special about the imaginary circle is you can take it off the floor anytime. You can put it on your ring. You can shrink it. You can keep it with you. And you can feel that goodness with you at all times. And when you need to, you just take it off, flip it on the floor. It gets bigger. You step inside. Wow! All this power, all this energy comes to you. And believe me, this is one of the most effective techniques that you can do, and it's so simple to do. When I was learning NLP, one of the students on the course with me, he helped me set an anchor. And what it is, he basically just got me to close my fist like that, but down by my side so nobody can notice. And when I do it and I squeeze hard, it gives me such a rush of energy, a rush of power, makes me feel so confident. So if I just do this now, nothing happens. But if I put my hands by my side, yes, I just feel this rush of energy just boosting through me. It's just such a wonderful feeling. So what I want you to do is I want you to go home. I want you to practice this. I want you to get on the paper. I want you to feel this energy, feel this good memory that you've got with yourself. Get off the paper. Leave the memory there on the paper. Then get back on the paper and feel getting higher and higher and higher and stronger and stronger and stronger. And you keep doing this until it just becomes a natural thing. Then, as I say, you take the paper and you put it away, and you just do it with an imaginary piece of paper or an imaginary ring. You know, you can put the ring on your finger, as I say. You can then go away, and you can just flip the ring onto the floor, walk into the ring, and it just explodes into you this wonderful feeling of energy. Now imagine this. You've got an interview, or you have a meeting with your boss, and you're feeling a little bit sort of edgy because you're not quite sure what's going on. So you open the door to your boss's office or the interview room, and as you walk in, you just flick you flick the ring onto the floor, and it expands for you. You walk into it, you step into it. Nobody knows, nobody's aware of this, but it just happens. As you step in, this energy just comes rushing into you, and you feel so good. And then you have a great interview, you have a great meeting with your boss, and then as you go out, you just take it with you, put it back on your finger, and you go away, and you congratulate yourself for a job well done, because it's great. So remember, it's great. You did a really good job. And this is something that you can do anytime, and nobody will be any the wiser, but you will be. And you'll know that you've got your ring with you, and that will give you more confidence. It's just like a lucky talisman. So, as I say, in the resources section of the website, and there's the URL again, you will be able to download more information about this and the other things I mentioned in the previous videos. Go away, download them, practice them, make them a habit. And remember, the one tip about congratulating yourself is really so powerful. Don't be shy about your congratulations. It's not about being arrogant. It's about recognizing the good in you. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you for allowing me to help you start your week the confident way. My name's Stuart, as I say, and I'll speak to you next time. Ciao! Oh, by the way, before I go, don't forget, tweet me. Let me know how confident you're becoming. Let me know how these tips are helping you. Let me know what you want me to tell you. Okay, great stuff. Bye.
Confidence Bites. your weekly confidence building show, was brought to you by Stuart Elliott from Double C Coaching, www.doubleccoaching.com, DOUBLECCCOACHING.com. For regular confidence building tips, subscribe to this channel today, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter at StuartCC, capital S T U A R T, capital D O U B L E, capital C, at StuartCC.